Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by. So I am going to just let you know that I am doing a drugstore makeup quest because I usually do the luxury department store or high-end more of the makeup. I am very new to drugstore products. I have dabbled in them in the past here and there, but never really stuck to them. I have also used that a lot when I was in grade school just because a lot of times they always market, teenagers more. So I usually did that, even though my family usually used like Clinique and Estee Lauder and Lancome, but it kind of makes you feel kind of older when you're using those. It's like, that's just my opinion. So I'm gonna show you what I currently have, and I'm gonna give you my initial reaction. If I will have a full review on them, it's going to be a different video. And if I've already done the videos in regards to a particular product, because I'm not going to talk about one product, and it's going to be too long. This is actually my third time trying to make this video because of that. I will provide those links down below, and feel free to always look at my links down below because there's always something there, and it's just to kind of shorten and make it easier for you guys to check out the product. So I'm gonna start with a L'Oreal Long Wear Infallible Glow Lock Illuminating Primer. So I have transitioned from oily skin, oily combination, to now a little bit of oiliness here and then normal to dry the rest of my face. Very not extremely oily on the nose, but it's just the nose. It's not even the T-zone anymore, just the nose. So who doesn't want to glow, right? So I wanted, so I got this and a lot of different other things, and I'm like, I want to glow. So I got this one, and I tested it out, and I just go in the link down below in regards to my full review on this one. I am returning this. It just didn't work out for me. If you use this, it will give you a glow. It will it will give you like a sort of glow that you will look like you're either photoshopped or you're like super like healthy or glamorous. You have like that kind of look. Okay, so this is the only primer I have that's hydrating, and I have to return this. It just doesn't work for my skin. So I also bought NYX's Angel Veil Skin Perfecting Primer. So again, I am in a quest of just using everything drugstore, from primer to setting spray. And again, I'm very new to that, so bear with me. This is my first video in regards to that. Hopefully I'm going to find the right products. So this one, I've used this on my nose, and it does help out the oiliness for that. I have a comparison video in regards to this, and I will link that down below in regards to Hourglass Mineral Veil. This is the complete 100% dupe to that, and more in-depth detail on that, just watch the video down below. If you have oily skin, if you have used Hourglass and you love it, but you don't want to keep on purchasing it because it's expensive, get this one. Exact same result, exact same everything except the consistency. But like, just watch my video that's down below, the comparison, and I recommend this a lot. I feel like I overpaid for so many years by purchasing Hourglass because this works exactly the same. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why it really kind of pushed me to go to the drugstore and get more drugstore products. And when you think about it too, majority of the United States, you don't get a lot of the luxury and high-end. Like, there's specific pockets in the country that is very accessible. Most of the places in the country, you don't really have a huge access to that unless you go online. But unless you already know you like the product, you like it goes well on your skin, it matches you perfectly, the color and all that stuff, you're gonna be doing like returns and all, and some people might have to throw it out, and some people might not want to do that because it's really expensive and it takes time for your refund to go through, you know, so it's a big hassle. But then majority of drugstore products are always in like Target, Walmart, Ulta, and there's more Ultas than I believe there are Sephora's. Like in my area, the Sephora is super tiny. The Ulta is triple the size, I think. So you do get a lot more. Granted, they don't have everything in my Ulta. It's really disappointing. But anyway, there is a lot more Walmart than there are Sephora's, I think, in the country. So just think about that. They sell drugstore brands only. So just think about that. There's a lot more drugstore products. There's a lot more people that wear drugstore. And I'm just like one of those people, why did I do this before? But anyway, moving on. This is the L'Oreal 24 Hour Foundation Infallible Pro Matte. So yeah, I wasn't very sure when I got this. I wasn't very sure about my skin, and I just kind of thought, you know what, I'll try this out, because I used to use this years ago, and I used to use it 101 and get the 102 as well, and I would mix that, and I would get like my perfect shade. So with this, I thought this would be perfect, but it's a little bit too dark for me, which is kind of weird, because I always thought that I kind of leaned more towards the 102 and a little bit of 101, but I don't know why. I thought this would be like my perfect shade, but it's a little bit too darker. I wouldn't have been shocked if it was a little bit lighter for me, but I'm shocked that it is a little bit darker for me. However, it does say demi matte, but to me this is matte, like powder finish, and this cakes up on me now. It cakes up, it like clings to dry patches. It looks disgusting on me. And I did powder it, and of course I used a mattifying primer. I also used a mattifying setting spray. With other products, the setting spray that I used was Scandinavia. The primer that I used was Hourglass. I also used at a different time was, what did I use? Scandinavia primer spray. And this just didn't work for my skin. My skin is just different now, so I gotta return this. Too bad. But my skin now is just really dry and normal now, so, or normal to dry, that's what they call it, except for an oily nose. So if you have very dry, if you have very oily skin or oily skin, this is definitely for you. I would still recommend use a primer though, and set it with a powder. If you set it with a powder and even without a primer, it can last you a while. But if you want it to last for like all day long, or in this case 24 hours, what I used to do was I would have a primer on, I put this on, I set it with a powder, I use a setting spray. This is how oily my skin was. I use a setting spray, and then after a few hours I use another like spray of the same setting spray, and I will spray myself a few times in the day. Next I want to talk about another foundation which I'm currently using, but I'm kind of and I think it's because I don't have a hydrating primer anymore right now. So I think it's kind of iffy right now to use this one. But so far when I was using a hydrating primer, which is this one, this worked really well. So I would suggest, if you want to use if you have dry skin or normal to dry skin and you want to use this one, I would suggest really use a hydrating primer. If you want to try this out, you have oily skin, all that stuff, I would suggest you use a mattifying primer first. You always want to match the primer to your skin type the most, just because that is really the one that works the most throughout the day to keep your makeup alive for as long as you would prefer. So I have this in the shade 202, which is creamy natural. It's a tad a little bit darker, not by much, so I'm not really I don't want to get the 201 and just do that. I think I can live with just the 202. That's fine with me. So far, I really do like this. The consistency with this one versus the matte one is, this is definitely thicker. This is definitely more on the runny side. And I like this a lot. So I'm gonna keep using this until I find something better, because I just stopped using this because it was irritating my face, and I want to see if this is irritating my face too, or if it was just because of the primer. Next, I'm gonna talk about Maybelline Master Strobing Light Illuminating Highlighter in the color 100 Light. I love this. The first time I ever tried a highlighter was Becca. I used to have their backlight primer until it made me break out, and it was disgusting. I had to return it. I used it for like a solid week or so, and then I started to break out. I returned it, but before I started to break out, it would give you like this iridescent glow, like oh my god, you have like this beautiful glow on your face. And it wasn't technically a highlighter, it was kind of like a highlighter and a primer at the same time. Like, it would give you like this great glow. And the foundation that I used was also Becca. I forgot which one it was, but I know it was a mattifying. It wasn't like for dry skin, it wasn't like it was for mattifying oily skin. So the glow really came from that. So I went to the Becca counter on Ulta, and I actually picked one of their highlighters, not the primer highlighter, but the actual highlighter, and I sprayed it, I rubbed it on my skin here on my hand. And I love Becca products. Their pigmentation is amazing. If you have the type of skin that can tolerate the Becca products, unlike mine that just broke out and had like disgusting pimples or acne or something, I would really recommend them. The pigmentation is just flawless. It's just beautiful, and it will stay all day that way. I'm very impressed. Too bad their formulation just irritates my skin. You know, that's just the downside of that. But anyway, so I went over to Ulta. I put their highlighter on my hand, and I like that it's more of a shimmery, glowy kind of highlighter, and it's not more of a chunky, glittery highlighter. I like that version better. So I was going around the store. I went to, I don't know, Benefit and Stila and Tarte, like different kinds of highlighters on the luxury side, and I really didn't like them. So I went over to the drugstore version. I started with NYX just because there's been a lot of people on YouTube and a lot of reviews online that says NYX highlighters are really great. I tried it out. It was a lot more on the glittery side and then on the shimmery side, so I didn't really like that. I tried the L'Oreal. I tried, what else did I try? Revlon. I tried the Model brand. I tried most of the highlighters, and I like this one the best. This one is definitely the dupe for Becca highlighter without the cost. And also without the irritation on my skin. No bumps, no redness, no allergies, no pimples, no nothing with this one. This is just beautiful. So I use this I use this on my nose today, around here. I use this whenever I feel like, or on my face, that I feel like it needs a little bit of a oomph and a little bit of glow. So I use this on. And I really love the effect on it. It has like a subtle glow. You look so healthy, and you have like this super healthy, beautiful glow. And I prefer, again, no glitter, and it doesn't feel like it has glitter on them, and it's not chunky like glitter and all that stuff. So I really love that one. I recommend this. Anyway, so I tried, I wasn't sure with my skin, so I went with a Stay Matte, which I think this is kind of a new product, and NYX Dewy Finish. So this one, I think I've only tried this twice, and the second time is today. I really can't use this for my entire face. I think I can only use this on my nose area. This is a primer and a setting spray. I have only used this as a setting spray, I think. And I will keep on experimenting this. Just I love the smell of it. It smells like sweet cucumbers. And then this one I really love. But this one I have to use the rest of my face except for my nose area, just because I need a mattifier for my nose area. If not, I think the makeup just kind of melts away because of the oiliness still that comes out from my nose. Not my nostrils, but like on my nose skin, on the skin of my nose, sorry. So the bad thing about this is like the bottle is super small. It's only 2.03 fluid ounces. This one is 3.4 fluid ounces. This one has like a slight alcohol smell to that, but not very strong though, but it's okay. It's not like a deal breaker. It doesn't linger or anything. If you have dry skin, this is definitely for you. It will, like, when I used this the first few times and I would go check my makeup in the mirror or go outside or like look in my phone, my skin has like a glow on them. And this is the part that I don't use like a highlighter on, or I didn't really use the, what is that? I didn't use this one, which would give you like a subtle glow, your whole face. So I really like this one. I'm still trying to see if there's anything better, or my skin better, or my skin combination with the makeup better when it comes to dewiness or luminosity. So I'm still on the hunt for my holy grail one, but I still really like this one. Next will be, I purchased NYX lipsticks, and they were pretty bad. So I returned them. One I didn't even open. I just returned it. One I used a few times to give it. The first time it was like gross, and then the next few times it was still really gross because I was giving it a chance and it just didn't work for me. So I picked these up. It's really hard for me to get cosmetics and skincare and all that because I'm allergic to beeswax, and you know, they put it in a lot of products. So like when you go to the store and you see like all these products, a lot of times you can't see all the ingredients. So I have to really research them online before I go. I even take pictures so that when I go there, you know, I'm like, oh, it's this one, right? It's the one I'm looking for. So I picked up these three. These are all Maybelline. This one is the Color Sensation. I think this is in satin because they also have this in matte. This is in satin, and I'm wearing, Born with it, and this is the color. It's pretty, right? I like it. And I'm really shocked. And I think I know why. When I was younger, I did use a lot of Wet n Wild and Maybelline, because when you smell the Maybelline lipstick, it smells like freaking candy and bubblegum, and just, I don't know. It's very girly, and it's like, I can imagine if I have to pick a color, it's a color of pink and bubbly pink and like happiness. So I think that's why I also used to use a lot of Maybelline in grade school and high school. For Drugstore, I also use department store brands at the same time, but again, this is catered to Drugstore right now. So I have these. I like this one a lot. This is the Color Sensational. Okay, Color Sensational, but slightly different because the container is different, and the stick looks different. So this is in the color Magenta Affair. This is very pigmented, and this can last you like the NARS Velvet Matte lip crayon or lipstick or something. I had that for a few years until I can't find the color that I like. That was one of the few lipsticks that, you know, are not matte, because matte is just everywhere, and that didn't have beeswax in them. So I had that lipstick. I still have it actually. And this one, this one lasts the same, if not better. I'm really freaking impressed because this is less than $10. And the NARS one was like, I know it was between 20 to 30. A third of the cost, and lasts about the same or longer. With eating, with food going in your mouth, with, you know, drinking some water or tea or coffee or whatever, it's still there. These do not last as long as this one. It still lasts a decent amount though. And this is more pigmented and this is like very creamy when you put it on. This one is not as creamy. It is pigmented, but I also did take the colors that are not very dark. This is actually, it looks darker on camera, but this is actually more of a lighter shade. So that could also be it, and I am interested in going to try, if they do have it, a more of a darker shade in this lipstick, to see if it is probably just the color. But I'm also kind of wondering, like, the color shouldn't really change the pigmentation, but sometimes it does do that, even in the even sometimes in luxury brands, it can sometimes do that. It's just how it is with the color. What is that? The chemical balance of it. But anyway, with that though, when you go to luxury products and lighter shades, if their pigmentation is really good, a lot of times, it shouldn't be a problem. So these, just so you know, I do put like 2 coats. With this one is perfect. But like I said, the color to this one, I'm gonna show you. The color to that one, because this is more of a nude pink, and this is really like a dark pink. So if you can see that really is the difference to that, and that's probably why. So if you guys have any suggestions and advice, if you are like a pro in drugstore makeup and you actually know more about for normal to dry skin, and you know like what I'm looking for, which is luminosity, glow, dewiness, hydration, please help me out, and please have those products suggested down below, because I would love to check them out, and I would love to try them out, buy them and use them, and maybe it will fit with me. If you guys want to compare notes and just chit chat or even just say hello, I love conversing with you guys anyway, so just feel free to contact me down below. Don't forget to open my description box, expand that, and discover all the links that are in there. And thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, and the bell so you'll be notified whenever I do upload a new video. Don't forget to expand the description box, because as much as possible, I always try to get coupons for you guys, discount codes, and other goodies like that. I also have my Twitter information, Instagram, Snapchat, and for business inquiries, I have my email there as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.